welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, my name is Chelsea and we do videos on travelling, midwifery, our relationship, all sorts of videos basically. So welcome to the family. So obviously Dan is not with me today because it is Sunday, and Sunday has videos regarding me and life. So this is another video for my Getting Into Midwifery series. So today's video, if you saw the title, is about gaining midwifery experience, volunteering, conferences and events. So this is kind of like a guide to help you before like applying for uni and stuff, so you have some experience to add to your personal statement, because experience and things like that are very important to basically make you stand out of the crowd when applying for uni. So yeah, so starting off with this video, I'm just going to kind of talk to you quickly about all the experience I have done that I kind of incorporated into my personal statement. So yeah, let's just get into it really. So I started off wanting to be a midwife when my sister got pregnant. I was, I believe, 11 at the time, and I just thought it was fascinating that she was growing a baby in her stomach. I just thought it was really cool, and obviously I went to some of her appointments with her, and when the midwife came to look after my niece, I saw how well she looked after my sister and my niece, and I was just like so amazed. I was like, oh my god, this like looks like the perfect job. So I wanted to kind of look into it further. So when I was in year 9, we actually got the opportunity to look into career paths that we wanted to, like, basically look into what we wanted to be, because this was in health and social care, so it was also obviously to do with subjects to do with health and social care, those kind of job roles. So I looked into midwifery and I looked into what it was about, and I was like, oh my god, that sounds amazing, like this sounds like something that is what I would want to do. So I looked into, because in year 9 with health and social care you have to do work experience. So I tried to get work experience, but unfortunately because I was too young I wasn't allowed. I had to be over the age of 16. So I had to wait basically. So I did my experience in a children's nursery, which was fun, like don't get me wrong, kids are fun. So when I was in year 12, the end of year 12, I looked at doing a experience in my local hospital on the maternity ward for 2 days, because my local hospital offers that to students looking for experience. So I was able to get 2 days in my local hospital on the weekends. This was in December, so I was obviously given a midwife to follow, and I got to see 6 babies being born that weekend. And literally the first baby I saw being born, I cried my little heart out. I was just so amazed at how brave this woman was and how strong she was for giving birth to this beautiful baby boy. And I just watched the whole process, at her struggling, but her, bringing this baby into the world. I just cried, and the midwife was like, oh my god, she was like, I remember my first birth, I cried. She goes, I pretty much cry most of the births now. She goes, it's just such an amazing thing, it just never gets old. So yeah, I was able to see a few different births. I obviously saw a natural birth, I saw a water birth, I saw a vacuum birth, and I saw a forceps birth and a C-section birth. So it was pretty much overwhelming for the 2 days I was there, but I'm so glad I was able to like basically get a first eye experience of what a midwife does in a hospital based environment. So that really helped. So that was 2014. So in 2015 I decided in the June when I finished 6th form I was going to go off to do a 1-week experience in Tanzania with a company called Gap Medics. So they do medical experiences. They're not actually called Gap Medics anymore. I can't remember what they're called, but they're called something. So I saved up. you know, I did fundraising and stuff, and I raised the money I needed. And I went to Tanzania for a week. Absolutely amazing experience. I got to get involved in a C-section, you know, got to weigh babies, got to help the mother and stuff, got to go to the neonatal ward and stuff. Absolute amazing week. Like, I was just breathtaking. That as, yes, this is for me, this is my role. So I came back and I wanted to go back for another 4 weeks. So I booked to go away the following year, for July and August. But prior to me going, my sister got pregnant with her 3rd child. So I literally went to all her appointments with her, all her scans. I even was there for the birth. The midwife who was was helping my sister was able, she let me put the gloves on and catch my baby niece and put it on my sister, which is literally the most amazing thing I've ever done throughout this journey. Me and my niece are best friends. Like, she's my little princess. So yeah, that was a really cool experience. I know not everyone can get that kind of experience, so that is quite harder, but yeah, try and see if you can, if you've got your mum or your sister or someone who's having a baby, see if you can try and, you know, get involved with their appointments and stuff, because it's really fun to learn. Oh, the door's gone. So then, yeah, I went back to Tanzania for 4 weeks. Again, I got to help with C-sections and just everything, like neonatal wards, postnatal ward, antenatal wards. I just got to help with everything, and just to see everything in full glory was just amazing. Unfortunately, I did see a stillbirth, which is very hard to cope with. That was a very hard day for me. But I know these things do happen, so I'm not obviously denial about it. I know it does happen. But yeah, so that was cool. I also volunteered as a young assistant at Rainbows and Brownies. My auntie was one of the leaders there, so I was able to help out with that, which was really cool. Also, as you probably know, you've probably seen the vlogs, I've been to Ghana 2 times. I went to Ghana in 2018 for 3 weeks, and 4 weeks to Ghana in 2020, this year actually, yeah, in February. So obviously it wasn't as much hands-on experience then, but we did get to hold a baby there, and just kind of just experience it. It's a very tiny ward. A lot of the mums, like, they're given their baby straight away once their baby's born, and they're able to breastfeed straight away as well, which is very amazing. Whereas in Tanzania it's not the same, unfortunately. Baby gets taken away pretty much straight away and left on the table for a few hours. But yeah, and also I was a hospital volunteer at my local hospital, and I got to be experienced on after surgery ward. So a lot of them were elderly patients, so I was able to just make their day by talking to them. There was a woman there who I got attached to very easily. She didn't really have family visit her, so I used to sit with her every Friday and we used to talk about everything. She was so lovely. And I used to help with the dinners, the dinner rounds and stuff, so that was really cool too. So all that kind of experience. So obviously not all of it's related to midwifery, but a lot of it is. But even just like saying being a young assistant or helping out, talking to patients on a ward, it all adds up to experience, and it all helps you with your 6 C's that you need as a midwife. So all that kind of experience will help you with applying for university basically. So don't judge it. Even working as a retail assistant will help you. So don't worry about if you don't actually have experience in midwifery. But I have some like things I've written down to help regarding this kind of stuff. So, reading related books, magazines, textbooks, and doing research in a degree. But it's all going to help you, because at the end of the day, you're going to need that information anyway. So always try and research it before. If you are going to put that you've read said book, make sure you know the whole book, and you've made notes on it and stuff, because in your interview they will ask you about that book if you've written it in your personal statement. So do be careful with that, don't add too many. And even just like books that are like fiction, like fun reading midwifery books, they're just amazing just to read them, because it's fun. Like, I love them. Like, there's a book called what was it, a student midwife journal, and she basically wrote about her whole 3-year degree, and it was just lovely. Like, I want to write a book about my journey, so I've got like a notebook, and I'm going to start writing all my notes in, and then maybe write a book one day. So I might be a published author, hopefully. Yeah. Also, extra activities within your school, sixth form college, they're amazing. So in my secondary school, we had this thing called after school club. I can't remember what it was called. It was something zone. Yeah, the camera died, so we're back. So I was saying about with like school, like when I was in secondary school. So we did our school club, and we were able to do courses and stuff, and we got to, I think, like year 9 to 11. So I did the courses on, you probably would have heard of it, I don't know if it's still a thing, I guess it probably is. But you did the baby project, so you would like have to do the whole thing. So you'd have to wear the baby bump around the school, where you'd have to like tie your shoes up, put your socks on and shoes on. You'd have to climb up and down the stairs. Just like kind of hard things, just to kind of, obviously kind of see like it would be like being pregnant. Obviously it's not the real thing, but that was very hard, I must admit, because it was like, I think, a 9-month pregnancy belly, and it was very heavy. So yeah, and then obviously we got to practice with the baby dolls. We used to feed them, change the nappies and stuff, and we got to take it home for the weekend as well. So I got to do that with the old dolls, which were like a bit rubbish, and then I got to do the new ones in year 11. So yeah, that was really fun. I really enjoyed that. We also got a chance to speak to young mums about basically, you know, when you're a young mum, kind of like what it's like and stuff, and basically trying to like sway us away from being young mums. Like, it's not all glamorous like we would see on the TV. And we also did one on shaken baby syndrome, which is when you shake the baby and it like affects the brain, which can actually kill them, or leave them with sustainable injuries basically, which will affect them basically for their whole life. And we also did one on babies who are addicted to alcohol and drugs when they're born. So yeah, they were really interesting to learn, especially because obviously I want to be a midwife, so they were really handy. I don't know if all schools obviously do that, but you should definitely look into your schools to see if they do things like that and offer it, so because it's definitely recommended, and it will definitely help you along your journey. So yeah, that was that. Also, look at things like midwifery days, taster weeks, so on, so on. Your school should let you know about these kind of things. So in year 9, year 10, I think, I did, what was it? Actually no, I think it was year 12. It was year 12. I did a taster week at the uni of South Bank. Yeah, it was health and social care week. So we basically learned about all things health and social care. We also did days out as well, we went bowling. Yeah, it was just fun to kind of just experience that. I also did a taster day at St Thomas Hospital, where they basically taught us everything about midwifery. We had a tour of the labour ward as well, which was really cool. So yeah, definitely look into things like that, because I'm sure your school would let you know about things like that, but also research it as well to see what's going on, because they are obviously very handy to have on your like record. Hobbies you enjoy, such as YouTube, blogging, reading. So as I said previously, reading is very like good. Like, you can just read like, you know, books that are based on people's stories as being a midwife, like their story, even things that aren't real. You know, call them midwives, so you can learn about the 60s, how midwives used to do it. That's really cool. Also YouTube, there's a lot of YouTubers now that are doing like basically documenting their midwifery journey, and you could also start a YouTube journey. Sorry about that again, my mum came in, she's still here, but she's doing her own thing now. So yeah, as I was saying, you could start your own YouTube channel up to document your midwifery journey if you wanted to, or like a blog, just so you can, like, you know, just look back and see how far you've come and stuff, which, you know, is always good fun. I love my YouTube channel, and I can't wait to actually document when I'm at uni and stuff, and document those 3 years basically. Another thing you can try and get experiences and stuff with is awards and competitions. So I know in school you can like win awards, and again competitions. So in school I won, I think, 2 awards in year 9 and 11, was it? What? Was it that I won those awards? Year 9 and year 11, was it?
I think so.
What were they for? I know one of them was for initiative. What was the other one for? I can't remember. But I won an award for something else, which was really cool. Obviously you can add them all to your certificate folder to basically show it off. And also competitions. So in year 12 or year 13, a few of us was able to get involved. So year 12s and year 13s was able to get involved in a competition with, it's one of the Royal Colleges. I can't remember what Royal College it was. It wasn't the nurse or midwife one, it was another one. But we did a poster on the effects of childbirth in Africa. We didn't win, unfortunately, but we did get a certificate for being involved, so that was quite cool. So try and get involved in as much as possible when you're in school and sixth form / college, because it will always like help you, especially if it's to do with something that obviously you're going to be going into. So yeah. Any programs you have done, so again, such as courses, yeah, so just basically add it all in. So anything that's relevant, just add it in. I know in the UCAS form you do get to put, I think, 2 or 3 study days that you did, so they're always relevant, and obviously add it to your personal statement as well if it's relevant enough, because you only get a little bit of space to actually write. I think I've said this before, but I can't remember, it's in my notes. So don't put too many books down, as they will ask you in interviews about them. Also, if you do, make sure you know it really well, as they will ask questions. So if you know the book really well, then, and you feel like you want to add it, then add it, but make sure you study it before your interviews, because that could mess you up basically. So if you work, such as like in Tesco's, Primark, Morrison's, wherever, talk about it, because you can link this to the qualities you need as a midwife, for example, management or people skills, working as a group, those kind of things. Always relate extra activities to skills and why it's important to a role as a midwife. Say what you saw and did and you gained this skill by Y and Z, etc. So make sure you said how these extra activities basically helped you, and why you think it will help you as a midwife when you become qualified or go into studying it. Also expand on what you learn. So if you go on a course, expand on what really interested you / what you was inspired and what you did after to research more into it, because you know, you don't want to say, oh, I did this and this. You need to actually expand on it to say, oh, this helped me with this skill, or blah 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 blah. I really enjoyed this part, and just research it more, so it just shows you're like, you know, you actually care, rather than just doing it for, oh, I did this kind of thing. So yeah, I hope that helped. So make sure, you know, you get involved in much as possible, you know, look into different midwifery experiences you can get. There's so much you can do. You know, like I said, I did a broad thing. If you can't afford that, there's obviously different ones. You can ask at your local hospital, ask at your local GP with the midwives, private midwives. If you know someone who's in the midwifery role, maybe you can interview them. There's so much different things that you can do. So yes, I hope that helped. So thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. Me and Dan upload videos every Friday at 6 PM and I upload every Sunday at 4 PM. So yes, I will see you next week Friday. Bye guys! Hi guys, I look like trash, don't watch that. But I forgot to include in this video something quick. I've got to mention about university events and conferences and stuff. So I've been to a few. So with the uni I want to go to, which is obviously Greenwich University here in London, they have a thing called a midwifery society, I believe it is. And I think most unis will have a midwifery society, obviously if they have midwifery course there. But they throw events all year round, so obviously if you're actually at the uni you can buy a membership for the whole year. But if not, then you can just, sometimes they'll allow obviously people who don't actually attend school to come, but you obviously just pay a bit of a fee. So I've done a few actually. I did one on like midwifery in conflicted areas, so like war zone places. They had a speaker come in to talk about it, which I was really interested in. But obviously now I have Dan, I probably wouldn't do anything like that, because obviously we want children and stuff in the future. So, you know, Dan is very cautious of me. He doesn't want me to be in any kind of threat, so I don't think that would be in any plans for me now. But that's fine. And also I did one, I can't remember what it was, but it was to do with some kind of like illness, but it's not a common illness, but it can obviously happen. So there was a few events over the years that I have been to at University of Greenwich, which are really good, so I do highly recommend it. So if there's any like local unis to you that have any events, see if you can go if you're like an aspiring midwife, and they might let you come, you know, for a little fee, and you kind of just, you know, learn things, and obviously sometimes you get certificates out of it too, which is really cool. But yeah, so just look at that, really kind of try and follow midwifery societies at the unis that are close to you and stuff that you'd want to go to and stuff. And also some unis do conferences. So I went to a conference, I think it was in 2017 now. I did a conference at the University of Hertfordshire, and it was like a whole day. They had different speakers. I can't remember the names of these speakers now, but they were great speakers, and they were quite known in the midwifery community. I think one of them was a Mao guy. I think he was an obstetrician. I can't remember his name, but yeah, I'm sure if you're part of the midwifery world you'll know about him, because he's got a few books out as well. So yeah, check that out. So yeah, just kind of look at things like that. You know, sometimes you do have to pay, but they are worth it. You know, you most of the time you get certificates out of it too, and free things. So definitely go to those, that will help you out. Also meet and greets you can go to, like you guys probably know about oh no, what's her name? Ellie Durrant. So she's the lady who wrote the book that gives you all the info you need about applying for uni and stuff and doing your tests and stuff. But she recently brought a book out. When was it? Was it last year? Last year or the year before, I think. She brought a book out. And obviously, so I went to the book opening. So I got to meet her, which was really cool. I got a picture of her, which is really fun. I believe that's actually my thumbnail for this video. One of the pictures of her. And also, I went to another book reading for Becky Reed. She did a book about all like the women she's helped labour and stuff, and she takes pictures and stuff. She was my best friend's mum's friend, because she delivered my best friend's sister, so I was able to actually get close to her and stuff and go to the book viewing thing. So it was really cool. So look out for things like that too. Also online events. So Beyond B is a charity for baby loss awareness, because unfortunately she lost her baby, which was called B. This whole lockdown she's been doing free online Zoom calls where she basically teaches you about it, things that you can do to support women in your care if you unfortunately do have a woman who has lost her child, a family. Also Tommy's are doing that too. I think it was Tommy's? No, Sands. I think it was Sands. So I'm doing one of those, I think sometime in December. I think it might be the 9th of December I'm doing it, but look online, they're doing that too. So yeah, there's a few online things you can do that would help you in the long run regarding getting into uni, because then that would help you obviously once you're at uni, but you can also talk about it in your interviews if you have the chance, and in your personal statements if you don't have much to talk about. So that would be handy, and they're free, so, and you get a certificate at the end of it, so that is always handy. So yeah, just kind of look out, you know, follow people on Instagram like myself, and there's loads of us on Instagram for Midwifery, and we share things that we find. You can go on Eventbrite, I think it's called, they have things on there too. Obviously Facebook, Midwifery societies, just kind of look all over and try and find what kind of suits you, what you're interested in basically. So yeah, that's it. But I thought I'd add that in because obviously it's important, I find, because it helped me out when I was, you know, wanting to do things. So yeah, I hope this video was helpful. If it was, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe and hit the notification bell, because next week we are doing how to pick the right university for you, because that's next in the Getting Into Midwifery series. So I hope you're enjoying it, and I will see you on Friday at 6 PM with a brand new video with me and Dan. Bye guys.